You are TNA Impact on the Xbox 360. Yes, the first game online in what we can probably say with a great good assumption in a decade. Yes, this game came out over 12 years ago and really hadn't had much of a following even when it first came out. It was complex gameplay, but actually when you go look back on it now, it's actually not that far-fetched and it's actually quite worthwhile to play. And online also was only 1v1, so there was no tag team matches despite having tags in the game for exhibition mode, as well as triple threats, which was annoying that there was so many things that TNA Impact had for it, but it was running out of time to release. And then Midway went bust as they were trying to make TNA Impact 2, which obviously didn't help matters either. But if you haven't seen the video I made of 10 Xbox 360 games that still work online for wrestling, then please check out at the end of this video. I knew from assumption that TNA Impact was going to work, and that's why yesterday we tested that out. And we're going to stream on Sunday on TNA Impact. So if you've still got an Xbox 360, if you've still got lovely Xbox Live and the console and the controller and everything else to go with it, plus this game, then you can play against me online. It feels very All-Star-y because it's the same engine as All-Stars. All-Stars nabbed this engine. But it's sad that we don't see anything of TNA Impact 2. We haven't seen anything of WWE All-Stars 2. That's probably been all wiped, voided, destroyed, and we'll never see the light of day. Unless, of course, there's a developer that used to work in the companies that folded and somehow still held on to some assets or clips or demo packs or something of that nature. That would be awesome to see. We know we would never see it in a playable form, but it would be awesome to sort of have this history that's been forgotten about. That, to be honest, would have been fantastic, because the amount of effort that was put into to get this game to the stage it was insane. Because bear in mind, wrestling games are one of the hardest games to make, to code. It is a nightmare. It's why we have a go all the time. 5-Star Wrestling had issues with integrating the physics together with itself, so hit detection on bodies, so there was no overlapping. Virtual Basement obviously hasn't shown any gameplay yet they keep hyping the roster, which really annoys me, because you've got to show gameplay at some point. Hyping a roster just makes you Legends of Wrestling, and that game was a pile of crap. You've got Action Arcade Wrestling obviously went the 2D route. Retrosoft Studios with the Retromania Wrestling again is WrestleFest, so it's a 2D plane effectively. It's not the same as a proper 3D aspect, which is so hard to code. But this engine on Unreal was brilliant. It was awesome. It worked wonders. Had we got all the game types that were promised, because this was meant to have King of the Mountain match, for instance, and Cage, had those modes actually came into the public and were actually workable, it probably would have been even better. The control scheme is a little bit advanced compared to most wrestling games. You've got a button for punching, a button for kicks, and you've got a button for grappling, then obviously running. But then there is a toggle with the LB button. The LB button basically allows you to modify to make it a strong strike, a strong grapple, etc. Or, for the case of a high flyer, springboard. Yeah, segue. Also to dive to the outside as well with the LB button. It's also used to climb the Ultimate X cables and stuff as well. So there's lots of functionalities for that one button. And it sometimes gets interfered with weapons and stuff as well. There was still a lot they could have fixed with the game, of course. You've got move animations that couldn't be mid-move countered, so people would just use that move again and again and again in online matches. Weapons you couldn't really counter, you just had to make sure you weren't getting hit by it, if I recall. Finishers were unblockable. Some had automatic pin, which in an Ultimate X match doesn't help you whatsoever. So there was a lot of flaws with the game, but it's fun to play, no question. If you get the hang of it, and you've played All-Stars as well, you're going to enjoy this game in the short bursts that it has. And if we can get 3 people to play it offline, I think on Parsec it's possible with a PS2 version. I'm pretty sure, because I think the only thing they removed was Create a Superstar on the PS2 one. Other than that, you are, I am, DDT'd, ow. Basically, there's a stun bar. You would get up for moves pretty much instantly, unless your gauge was filled up a stun, then you had to toggle your analog stick to get the stun off of you. Not my type of thing. I think that suits something like All Stars actually, but for something like this, for an actual sort of simulation wrestling game, not the way forward. Love hitting him with a chair in midair. That's fantabidozy. And some hit walls. Obviously, I was pretty far for that head scissors. Still hit though. And I like it. I like the game. I always said this engine was the best. When All Stars came through, I said it's the best wrestling game in the last 10 years. I don't think I'm wrong on that, in my opinion. I think the engine and everything is still better than 2K19, 2K20, etc. Yuke's engine. This game would have pushed Yuke's further had 2HQ not gone bust. Had the San Diego studio went into All Stars 2, Yuke's would have had to pull something out of the bag to make it better. And we just didn't see that. Now, hopefully, with the AEW thing, Yuke's will get something more original out of it. The restriction of WWE, the restriction of that persona might have been the limiting factor. Hopefully, and this is going to be a good year, 2 years of information, and hopefully a new era for the wrestling game genre. All over Phoenix Splash. Rolling. I give my rolling. I enjoy it. So yeah, wrestling. We stream every Sunday at 8 PM. Old, classic, retro games. We did Here Comes the Pain. We've done SmackDown versus Raw. We've done WWE12. We've done Rumble matches on them. Modes that you wouldn't think were still online, but actually are. Roll away. So TNA Impact is the next one. So, like I say, Xbox 360, got Xbox Live, got TNA Impact. Come and join us. And see if you can beat me, who, by the way, was pretty much undefeated when it came to Ultimate X matches. Yeah. See if you can beat me in the mode that I made famous for like 3 months on Xbox Live. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Name a game you still want me to see me play that I maybe not played in a very long time. Maybe you want to see the absolute garbageness of Legends of WrestleMania. Maybe you want to see SmackDown vs. Raw 09-2010. Maybe you want me to get a Japanese Xbox 360 and a copy of Wrestle Kingdom just to see if Wrestle Kingdom works. But that would be a problem because then I need someone else with a Japanese Xbox 360 and a copy of Wrestle Kingdom for it to work. You know? I'm not buying for 2 consoles, put it that way. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you very, very soon. Don't forget the Retro WWE Games Discord as well, when we do little good togethers, like with All Stars, Here Comes the Pain, all the games that we can do on Parsec with emulation, if you own the game, of course. See you later.